Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Myra from Low Carb Love. Now, most of you know I've lost over 100 pounds. So today I want to walk you through the grocery store and I want to show you zero carb snacks that can actually help you on your weight loss journey. So come on, let's go. Okay, so we're gonna start off with coffee because I am a huge coffee drinker, and yes, I consider it a snack because whenever I'm craving something, I go straight for a coffee. So this is a great combination for zero carb because we have the gold espresso. This is the blonde, so I feel like it's very, very smooth. I love it. I've already bought about 3 of these cans. They are on sale right now. And then if you're someone who loves your coffee to be nice and creamy and milky, this one from Nut Pods, it is an almond coconut creamer. This is a special edition pistachio, but this is what's important for us right here. We have no sugar and we have no carbs, only 10 calories. Like, yes, please. So if you are a coffee drinker, just know that there are coffee creamers out there that are zero carb. Now they're not sweetened. So you're gonna have to add in your stevia. You're gonna add in your sweetener of choice, whether it's monk fruit, erythritol, or even stevia. That's something that we add in, top it off with a little cinnamon, some ice, and you're good to go. Okay, so one of my favorite aisles in the entire store, the chips. I actually am a huge chip girl. I love chips, but when I am trying to lock in and I am really like, Myra, you need to get it together, this is what I do right here. So these are the options that we have. We have chicharrones, okay? I usually go for the ones that don't have flavor because the ones that do will have like maltodextrin and they'll have other ingredients that are, just a little sketchy to say the least. Something like this is super crunchy. It basically gives you that satisfaction of like crunch, crunch, crunch when you are, when you're craving chips. You can do this with wok and salsa. You can do this just as a snack alone. You could do it with hummus. Oh, I actually like making like these Mexican tacos. There's a Mexican restaurant I used to go to and they make tacos de chicharrón, which is just like, they put the chicharrones into a Mexican hot spicy salsa and then you top it with cilantro and cebolla and ooh, so good. So anyway, but these are a great chip substitute for the days when you are really, really craving chips and you're just like, I need something crunchy. Then these are zero carbs and they're going to satisfy that craving. Okay guys, so for hydration, okay, we all know it's super important, obviously. I carry my element with me. Now this is so convenient. Like ever since I got the whole 12 pack, on my way out, I just grabbed one. This is their new black cherry lime flavor, and it still has everything that the little packet has. You know that I always drink like the little packets in my tumbler. This one has 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 200 milligrams of potassium, and 60 milligrams of magnesium, which we of course need for hydration and for hormonal regulation, which I think sometimes we overlook. This one here is a sparkling beverage, which I love because I'm trying to stay away from drinking soda, and I know that I'm getting all the hydration I need for the day. So if you haven't tried their new drinks or any of their flavors, you can actually get a free sample pack, which I will leave linked in the description below. You get 4 of their most popular flavors and you get 2 of each flavor. So you can either click the link or just type in drinklmnt.com/low carb love. So either one of those will get you the free sample pack. So if you are someone that also loves sparkling drinks, then I would say stay away from soda and aim more for like a sparkling water, something that has like a lot of fizz. I feel for me, just like having the fizz, it just like suppresses that like craving for soda, and you're not derailing your progress. You know what I mean? Because I'm not gonna lie, even though you can get like a zero sugar soda, I've heard a lot of people say that it definitely does stall their progress. They've noticed that they don't lose weight that week when they drink more soda. They notice they feel like a certain type of way. So I would say, you know what, just to avoid all of that, stick to a sparkling water, or you can stick to something like Element where you know you're gonna get all the hydration for the day and not derail your progress. Okay, now another snack. This is something that is a little more like healthy. You're on your way somewhere and you're like, I'm really hungry, I don't know what to do. This is a great option. Of course, it's zero carbs. It's just hard-boiled eggs. They're already pre-made. Yes, you can make them at home, but when you're talking about just a simple snack that you don't want to cook, you don't want to put any thought into it, some hard-boiled eggs are a great option. They are 50 calories. They have 6 grams of protein per egg. It's the perfect combination of fat to protein ratio. I love eggs. I'm telling you, if there's one thing in my life that I eat like every single day is eggs. Okay, now moving on to another snack. So they have this snack pack here. It has provolone cheese with Italian dry salami. Now this one here actually has 1 carb. It's probably just from, let's say, like a dextrose or something like that that they add to these. But this is why you want to actually look at ingredients, because if you keep looking, so I was looking through some of these brands, this one here from Applegate actually has 0 carbs. So if you can pick up some pepperoni, then go into the cheese aisle, grab yourself a little bit of provolone. You can make your own snack pack, which you'll get a lot more of it for the 0 carbs, okay? But I do want to show you, these are still very, very low, okay? 1 carb, it's still just salami and cheese. I would say get it, but this video is 0 carbs. So I want to show you that they do have the 0 carb options. You just have to make sure you read the ingredients, okay? And cheese is the same scenario. You always want to make sure you are reading the ingredients. Some of them will have 1, some of them will have 2, but this organic provolone cheese has 0 carbs. So now I just because I read the ingredients, I actually read the label, I was able to find the same exact snack pack. Instead of having the 2 carbs, I found the 0 carb option. You get what I'm saying? So just know that they're out there. You just have to make sure you put a little bit of extra effort and you'll find the options that will keep you on track. Okay, and another option, we all love some string cheese. If you're ever in a pinch, you want to grab like some 0 carb snacks, just know that some mozzarella sticks are an option. Again, just take the extra time, turn it around, and make sure that they don't have just added ingredients. They have 7 grams of protein for 1 little stick. That's really, I mean, in my opinion, I feel like that's a great snack. You could even double up on it, have 2 string cheeses, and you have almost 15 grams of protein. This little guy here is a combo pack. So this has the beef stick with the cheese. It has 0 carbs for the cheese and then 1 carb for the turkey. So again, what I would do is grab your 0 carb cheese, and then we'll go over to the aisle with a beef jerky and see if we find some that are 0 carbs. So I made it to the beef jerky aisle, and look at the first thing that I find. 0 sugar, which that's already a good sign because you know that it's not going to have added sugar. Turn this baby around and it has 0 carbs. So there's nothing, there's no brown sugar, there's no additional sugar, none of that stuff. So this is what I'm talking about. I could have got the one that's the combination of the turkey stick with the meat, right? And would it have been bad? No. But we're talking about keeping it 0 carb. You're really trying to get that sugar, your glucose, your insulin, all of that. Keep it super, super low. So that is where something like this comes into play. You have 0 sugar, 0 carb beef jerky. Then you have the mozzarella sticks that are also 0 carb. And now you have a 0 carb snack. Now, if you don't care about like cheese and meat and all of that stuff, then just be careful with the different brands, okay? Because you might think like, oh, okay, this one, original. It probably doesn't have anything. But, oh, wait a minute, turn it around, and it has 4 grams of sugar and 6 carbs. So here's the difference, right? So they look pretty similar. Both have really good packages. But when you turn it around, you have this one that has 6 grams, and you have this one over here that has 0. So of course, between these two, we are going for the 0 sugar option, 0 carb option. It's going to keep your insulin low, your glucose low, and it's not going to derail your progress. So this is what happens when you have sugar. When you have sugar, your body wants more sugar and you start having more cravings. So one of the reasons why a 0 carb diet works so well, or an ultra low carb diet works so well, is because your cravings are low, the food noise is low, and it makes a huge, huge difference. I talk about all of this in my meal plan. It's called the ultra low carb meal plan for that specific reason. I feel like it works exceptionally well. It's worked well for me, it's worked for my daughter, and it's worked for thousands of you as well. So if you don't know where to start, you're a little confused, or you know someone that is, you know, in a place like that, then please guide them over to this video or guide them to my meal plan, because it could be super, super helpful. But beef jerky is definitely a great option. It is something that I always have at home, because whenever I want a good amount of protein, but I don't feel like cooking, or I'm just kind of like, I want to lounge on the couch and just kind of like dig my hand into something, then it's definitely going to be beef jerky. Okay. Now, another thing is, if you're like, I'm not a beef jerky fan, but I love beef sticks. So these chomps are always 0 carbs. So I love the chomp. So this is their original. And then this one, it just has salt. I personally like this one. I don't know why. It just doesn't have any additional flavors, but I love that they have like jalapeno. Is the jalapeno as well? Yep. 0 carbs. So all of their flavors are actually 0 carb, which I love. And which one's this one? Taco seasoned beef stick, and it's still 0 carbs. So I love that. I love that these companies are, you know, really putting in that extra effort to not add, you know, these sketchy ingredients and still keeping it 0 sugar. So beef jerky is a great 0 carb snack. I would just say pair it with cheese, pair it with olives, pair it with something to make it more of like a full little experience. And this is kind of a different type of snack, but it is still very, very clean. It is very high in protein, very low calorie. The entire packet has 80 calories and 16 grams of protein. I would literally put 2 of these down. These are great for on the go. If you are driving by and you're like, oh my God, I need something to eat, I don't know what to eat, just know that they have little things like this. Obviously this one is just tuna, but they have some sometimes in a little bowl. They have them like in a little container. I guess they don't have them here, but it has actually like a little mayo and it has a little fork with it. And I think those are just like great snacks. I used to actually eat them when I was actively on my weight loss journey because it's super high in protein, super low calorie, super low fat. So I like when I have options like that because then I know I can add things into my meals. But they also have sardines. So these are, I know it isn't like chips. I know it's not like something like a traditional snack, but just know that this is always a good option because you're actually going to nourish your body and you're going to keep it low carb, low calorie, and it's just super, super convenient. So I'm looking at the olives and they all have at least 1 gram of carb. So, oh, this one's 0. Haha. Feta stuffed olives. Okay, so just know that over here, I feel like this is where they have more of like the specialty cheeses. Like they have more of like the Parm and the Gouda and the like Brie. It's not in the back where they have like sliced cheeses, but I was kind of looking through everything. So olives, okay, just make sure you read those labels because sometimes they have just some hidden ingredients. But I did find some pub cheese. So this is 0 carbs, okay? And I found these little Parmesan crisps. So let's just say you're like, Myra, I cannot do pork rinds, but I still want something crunchy. So this is a perfect crunchy little, like a little chip substitute that is still 0 carbs, okay? Actually, it has a tiny bit of protein. So you get 0 carbs, a little bit of protein. So you still get to keep it 0 carbs while still enjoying chips and dip. So we're squeezing here into the ice cream aisle and I want to show you. So this is the closest. I was like, okay, I wonder if there is an ice cream that has like 0 carbs. So the closest thing I found to it was 1 carb per serving. This one here is 0 sugar, which obviously we want to see. This one has 1 gram of sugar. So I would stick to something like if you're really trying to stick to 0 carbs, the mint chip is the only one that has 0 grams of sugar and only 1.1 gram of carbs per serving. So just know this, again, it is not 0 carbs, but it is the closest thing you're gonna get to a 0 carb ice cream that has good for you ingredients, because I went through the ingredients and they all, like, there is nothing that I cannot pronounce. So Rebel does make it, it is here, and just know that this is the closest thing to a 0 carb ice cream. So if you are an ice cream lover, then there you go. But I would say when it comes to something like this, you can either make it at home or just omit it altogether and wait until you reach your goal. But I am not that person. I am gonna go for the ice cream and I'm going to say, you know what, we're gonna bend it a little and just have that ice cream and enjoy it at 1 net carb per serving. So anyway, that is what I was able to find for the snacks. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. I hope that these options are helpful because I think that that's something super, super important to stay consistent and stay on track. Okay, so if you have friends and family that are on a weight loss journey, or maybe they're just trying to make healthier choices in their life, please share my channel, please share my ebook with them, because you never know, things like that could be super, super helpful. But thank you so much for being here. I love you, and I'll see you on my next video. Mwah.